I'm so excited. We have an awesome guest today. She's been a friend of mine for a long time. Her name is Danielle Eugenia. She does fabulous photography, and I'm going to let her tell you all about it. Hi, Danielle. How you doing?
Hey, Suzy. I'm so glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to have you back.
Thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, the last time we were together was when I got married.
That's right.
Almost
That's right.
3 years ago.
That's right. I photographed your wedding, and we said goodbye. You went off on your honeymoon, and ever since then, you've been kind of on like maybe a 2 or 3 year honeymoon traveling.
Well, life is good. What can I tell you?
Right? I love it. I love watching all your adventures.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. And also, before I did your wedding, we shot a special boudoir shoot that you did for a gift for your husband to be.
Yes.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. We've got some pictures of that too. We'll have to make sure we show you.
Yeah, actually, you brought your album too.
Yes, for sure. So Rick has a lot of them, and I'm sure he's going to put them in our show here. There we are. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I love those. Yeah, so we actually did this shoot in Suzy's home, and what's really lovely about her home is it has a beautiful natural light. And, of course, we got to take the pictures with her pets, too, which was a bonus. Yeah. But that beautiful natural light is just, look at you. You're so, Suzy, you're a beautiful woman.
Well, thank you.
We need to keep this photo shoot trend going.
Yeah, I might have to do another one. Huh?
Document the years. Yeah, we always get your hair and makeup done. I think at this point you've had a couple different makeup artists.
Yeah, I have.
Working with different ones now. So it's so exciting. You know, one thing I have to share with you is, so I got started in 2019, and the very first model that I had was in her 60s. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do boudoir for women over 40, 50, and 60. So like anything from gowns to nude, but a lot of lingerie.
Yeah.
And I really was like, expecting. I see women now in their 50s and 60s like nailing it, looking so good, outfits, just loving themselves.
Like they got it all together.
Yeah, and we grew up in a time where it was really taboo to do photos like this. So I wanted that. So it was great that she was there. And I remember really wanting to get my business out. So I spent a lot of money on a business coach. And you know what this business coach told me to do? To go put flyers around town about my offer. I paid a lot of money for that coach to hear this, but guess what?
You're kidding.
I came here to Rick's studio and I put up my flyer. And Suzy was the first person to come to my business, and I'm to this day I'm so excited to share this with you, because not only were you the first to come to my business, but you invested in it.
Well, sure.
You bought an album, you got excited about it, you shared it with your friends, you came back, and you've been hiring me since for your photography. And there was what I wanted to get to. Here's the juice. All right, guys. This is
What a fun show
Wait for it. I was doing a shoot for a magazine in town, like interviewing another woman, we'll say, in your demographic who knows you in your circle.
Yes.
And we all know, like Vegas, that sometimes people can talk and say things. And this person was like, I don't know how she knew, somehow she knew that we knew each other and that I had done shoots with you. And she had made like some kind of gossipy comments about you. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. First off, I want you to know that Suzy, to me, is a literal angel who flew into my life at the time when I needed her the most and helped me get my business launched. So nobody is ever going to talk bad about this woman right here in front of me. And so I just think, I feel like you're just that way wherever you go, and the people who you touch, that that you're just here, sorry, really, I'm really touched by that, so I want to share that with you.
Well, I'm glad you did. And I'm glad you stuck up for me.
I got your back for sure.
Yes, yes. That's interesting, isn't it?
And
Wow.
since then, I've shot hundreds of women, and
Yeah.
mostly are over 40, 50, and 60. I get a lot of women who are turning 40. I get a lot of women in their 50s really like reclaiming themselves in a big way. And then
Here, you need a tissue?
oh, thanks. That's, I think, another reason why my photography stands out is I am an emotive person who can put together space for women to feel comfortable, to allow them to be vulnerable, to allow them for some of their emotions to flow. And when we capture that, we capture something really real and memorable and sweet and really turning you into art.
That's what I remember, with the shoots that I had with you, how real it was and how good you are and how sincere, and you really get the best of every shoot. I mean, a lot of people do the shoots, but they're not in it like you are. They're not invested. You are invested in everything you do. It's wonderful.
Photography is really focused on can be very focused on composition and equipment. It can be very masculine, I would say, as far as like structure goes. You tend to see photo shoots that kind of look the same. If you're, looking behind the scenes, there's a photographer 6 feet away from you and you're standing on a paper background and it looks very sterile. So the composition part and the equipment part came second for me when I started this. It was the spirit and the essence of the woman in front of me that came first. And now, fast forward, now I have so much more experience. There's so much more composition now in my work, along with that soul essence that it's really brought it up. I don't know, I surprise myself sometimes with my work. I get really excited each shoot, each frame, and then when I show her and see her light up from it, it feeds my soul.
It's wonderful. Elle, what brought you to do what you're doing? I'm curious. I'm sure our audience is too.
So it's I was drawn to photography as a little girl. I mean, 11, 12.
Where's home for you?
The countryside, California. Country, California. It wasn't city. It was
Okay.
rural. I lived in a town called Anza, California.
Okay. Where is that?
It's by Temecula, Marietta,
Okay.
up in the mountains. Maybe like if you've heard of Idlewild.
I have.
It's not that high up in the mountains. It was like a town of 2,000 people. We had horses, and we grew up riding in the country, and we grew up with fruit trees, and we didn't have TV. I'm in my 40s, so this was like the 80s.
Did you have? She has
We didn't have chickens.
in her home here.
We didn't have chickens because we had a lot of coyotes and wild dogs.
Yeah.
And unless you had a really good enclosure for your birds, they were always getting hunted by wild dogs. But we had horses. We had a donkey at one point. We always had dogs and a cat, And I still, Suzy knows this, I collect animals. I have, 20-something chickens, 2 dogs, 3 cats.
Yeah. And she lives in Las Vegas.
I do. I have plenty of space for chickens. They're the most spoiled chickens in Vegas. They really are. But I was drawn to photography back when it was film photography, and I always did have an eye. I learned the basics in 9th grade, and kind of carried that throughout my life into digital. People would ask me to do their weddings. I can tell you, throughout my life, I had so many signs that probably photography was going to be my thing. And what got me into it was my partner, and my soulmate now, Sal. He had a camera.
He's wonderful.
He's a gem. He's a wonderful man.
Hi, Sal.
And I know. Hi. Thank you. I owe it to him. He had the camera. We had kind of a tragedy happen in us when I miscarried, and I didn't have a camera at the time, and he did. And that's really I was in a dark place. I was really mourning that loss. Sure. And that camera, I remember, brings me joy. And I was like, I need to do something for work, and I can't just be a depressed alcoholic. I mean, it worked for a month, but after that, I really wanted better for myself.
Yes.
And well, Sal had taken me out to do a photo shoot, and I'm comfortable behind the camera, but not so much in front of it. And I remember telling him this, like, I'm nervous to do this shoot, and I'm afraid the pictures aren't going to look good. So I said, let's just interrupt this right now. I'm going to do like a little meditation for myself. I lit sage. I did my whole woo that made me just feel comfortable, like saying a prayer and just kind of bringing in my intention for the shoot. We were out at Red Rock, and from there, I just was in my play. I was having fun. I was relaxed. I was feeling very natural. And at the end of the day, when I went through those photos, I was shocked. I was like, wow. I love so many of them. Yeah. So it gave me the whole concept. So as soon as I had started my photography business, I started with this, like, let's start with making her feel comfortable and not nervous and in a place where she can like play and relax, and then shoot. So that's how it all started, and it was 2019 finally when I launched it. And as soon as I made the decision to become a photographer, I just owned it and went for it and made the business and created it. And yeah, the name's changed. It's not Danielle Eugenia anymore. Although that's kind of Danielle Eugenia Photography is like the umbrella name. It's like the umbrella name. It's the older name. Yeah. It's now Brazen and Beautiful.
Okay. Well, that's good. I like that. Yeah. Brazen and Beautiful.
BrazenandBeautiful.com.
It says it all, doesn't it?
That's right. Brazen means bold without shame.
Yeah.
And, beautiful says it all. And that's the point of my photography, is to put more beauty back in the world and take photos that are beautiful and sensual and lovely, and a way to showcase ourselves as we're moving through the ages and still loving ourselves despite the changes.
That's wonderful. Well, by now you've had to have done hundreds of shoots.
Yes, hundreds. I've had hundreds of women now. I'm so grateful for all of them. It's been amazing. I've had everything from revenge shoots.
Okay, what's a revenge shoot?
A revenge shoot.
That I want to know.
So, revenge shoots are a way.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. So if a man or a husband's been cheating or misbehaving, the revenge shoot is kind of the, a way women will step into their fierce feminine, their fierce sexy feminine, and get ridiculously dolled up and come onto a shoot and just hammer through that shoot with, how we turn it up.
Yeah.
With it turned up.
Yeah.
And we take those photos and we kind of blast them out there on social media on purpose, because we're really just flaunting our beauty at this point, saying, look what you're about to lose.
Yeah.
Last revenge shoot was a gal who came here from Canada, northern Canada. She had found out her husband was cheating on her and didn't say anything and just disappeared to Vegas. She found my website and she called me and she wanted to come in the next day. So very rare. Usually people are planning shoots like weeks or even months in advance. And there was no problem. Makeup artist was ready. We got the studio ready, and she came in that day. And so this was a shoot where we're really holding someone who's very raw. Like, this just happened. Like, she cried all night. Like, she was crying the whole day. Like, she was raw. And I had my makeup artist there. We were just like, we kept the energy up for her, got her through this whole shoot, and man, she nailed it. Like, whole new level. So this is what's great about her. So before she left, she found all the text messages on his phone from this gal that he had the affair with.
Watch out.
And she screenshotted it and she sent it all to herself. Well, it turns out that this gal that he was cheating on, well, she's married too. So you wouldn't believe what she did.
Did she send it to?
First she sent a gift to her in the form of the biggest, most giant dildo she could find at a store, that kind of store. Yeah. She went in and asked the clerk, I want the biggest one. She sent it to this woman with a note in there, says, will you please do Fuck this and not my husband. Shipped it to her house where I'm sure her husband saw her open up the present, open up the package. Then before she got to Vegas, she put she copied all those screenshots, all the proof. She put it in an envelope and she sent it to her husband, or to the woman's husband to like expose it all. So I was like, wow, that story right there is one of the hottest revenge stories ever.
How did it turn out? Did she tell you?
Oh, I did follow up with her, and in situations like her, it was interesting because I'm not taking any one side when someone comes to me. You don't know how long someone's been in a relationship and what their bond is like, and maybe it's better for them to work through stuff and be forgiving rather than just me coming in and being that like hardcore woman. Oh, he's such a DICK and you need to just cut him off at the knees and take him for all he's got.
Yeah.
I'm not that way.
No.
I'm meeting you in a way that's saying, I want you to take a hold of your feminine paralysis right now and use that to get you through whatever you need to get through.
Right.
So the way she's dealing with it, which sometimes us women do it, is she's just working her butt off right now. So they live in a whole different world in northern Canada. They have like a different world in the winter.
Oh yeah.
Up there.
Big time.
And I will tell you, her album, she had a beautiful album that I made for her. I had no idea what the shipping was going to be to ship it to northern Canada. But when I found out it was hundreds, it was going to be hundreds to ship this book. It was crazy. And luckily she had a friend who was visiting Vegas.
And your friend took the book back.
Yes, and I went and gave her the whole package, and I was able to deliver the package wrapped and all the gifts inside of it and everything.
Oh, that's good.
So that was great. So yeah, revenge all day long. I'm here for it.
That should be a new business sideline too. Okay, we have the regular and then we have revenge.
I was just focusing on boudoir this year. I started doing luxury headshots, what is luxury headshots?
Yeah, what is it?
It's headshots where you're also getting professional hair and makeup. Personally, cannot stand any of my own headshots when I do my own hair and makeup, but I really do appreciate it when my hair and makeup's done for headshots. So I am offering those packages. They're not expensive. Like, to me, this is the most affordable. They're $2.99.
Yeah.
And you get 4 totally retouched images with that package plus your hair and makeup. And you can always buy more images if you want. You get a 20-minute shoot and 2 different backgrounds and 2 outfits. So it's a really good deal to do the headshots. I also I've added family, believe it or not, because I've done a couple of families.
Goodness.
I've done
She's
some families.
really branching
I know,
out.
well, because, my clients have other needs for photography. Like, they get pregnant and they want maternity. Maybe they have their baby. I love taking pictures of the newborns and stuff. I don't do newborn photography, but mom and baby, sometimes I'll do portraits of mom and baby. And I love that. So I've done family a few times, and I thought family was going to be not my thing, but it's fun. It's fun hanging out with my clients and their families. So I have that. I actually have added a lot more extra to my website. So
it's called The Brazen and the Beautiful.
It's www.brazenandbeautiful.com.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Diamond Travel, your getaway to unparalleled luxury cruises and unforgettable safari experiences.
Hi, I'm Suzy Saline Lipsky, founder of Diamond Travel. At Diamond Travel, we redefine luxury travel with curated experiences tailored just for you.
Dive into a world of sophistication with our luxury cruises, setting the bar for elegance and top-notch service. Sail through the crystal clear waters and let us redefine your notion of opulent relaxation. For those seeking adventure, our tailor-made safaris promise an immersive experience like no other.
Call today while there's still space available. Reservations are filling up fast for this fun-filled experience at sea. Dial 702-778-5037 now and let the waves carry you to a world of unmatched wonder. Bon voyage! And I'm back with Elle. You know, Elle, I want to talk about my wedding. When you filmed the wedding, you took pictures and all that, and I'm sure Rick has some pictures of the wedding that, yeah, there's Suzy and Steve, yeah. You did a fantastic job.
Look at that. Did I do that?
You did that.
That's
It was beautiful.
You might have been the last wedding I've shot. It's been a while.
It was a hot day, wasn't it?
It was-
July 11th.
It was hot. It was
There's
July
Steve,
11th.
there's the love of my life.
Look at that.
I think
It
he's
was-
a happy boy.
He was really hard to get. He didn't really want to pose much, so I was kind of just after the best candid shots I could get.
Uh-huh.
And he really likes to kiss you. There was so many pictures
still
of
does.
him wide mouth kissing you, and it was adorable.
Yeah.
These two, they were so adorable. I love shooting your wedding. It was great. And this was okay. So this is the book that. All right, we did a special shoot before the wedding so that Suzy would have a little gift for her husband. And this is, these are some of those pictures. Do you have some of those pictures you could show? You
Yeah.
did, right?
Yeah, he showed him in the beginning. Yeah.
So Suzy was showing this to guests at her wedding. And it was really satisfying watching everybody go through it, especially the men.
They liked it, huh?
They liked it. They were looking through it and they were like, ooh, and oohing and awing and getting a little hot under the collar. And it was Suzy's wedding, but it was great. It was so it was satisfying.
2 for 1.
It was very satisfying.
Yeah.
So,
And you have a wedding album there too,
oh yeah,
don't
well
you?
this is I would call like a bridal themed album that I did. This is just kind of some sample of my work, but this album I have made in Germany now.
Yeah, mine was in Germany too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that same one.
Yeah. And I have the very similar to that.
This is
yeah.
bigger, comes
Yeah,
in the
it's
box.
beautiful. Yeah.
I have several products now. A lot of them are just too big to bring in.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
And so these are thicker pages. This is really considered like an heirloom photo album, something that you're gonna be passed down. It's
Yeah.
gonna definitely last 100 years.
It's beautiful.
So that's yeah. I'm really into creating tangible things. I mean, how many times have you lost digital photos in your life?
Oh my God, I can't count the number of times.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
me, who I'm very obsessive and protective over my digitals and have been through my life, I've taken some photos that I really, really wish I still had that somehow I lost. I should have printed them. And we do that. We have these great photos that we love. We save them in a digital file, and then, oops, the hard drive gets burned. It wasn't backed up somewhere. We didn't have it in a USB, and we never got it printed. It's gone forever.
Wow. Yeah.
Prints. So why are, so how much wall art can we have? What should I say about wall art? We need to be creating more wall art
That's
of
right.
us, like
Yeah.
your own personal celebration to yourself, beautiful, delicious robe and flowers. I'm talking like a fine art portrait of you somewhere in your home is such main character queen energy. Like
It's wonderful. You really should try it, honest to God. I love it. I've had 3 different shoots done with Elle. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Really would, because we all change. If you look 5 years back, 10 years back, there should be different things in your life that you're able to look back and say, I remember when I did that, And,
when I turned 40,
yes.
or like when I...
But when is let me ask you a question, Elle. When, is it 40 when people contact you, or earlier, later? What is the average age of a woman that's going to contact
Sure.
you?
I would say the average age of maybe be around 52. I do boudoir shoots all the time for women in their 20s, women in their 30s. A lot of the women in their 20s sometimes are getting married and they want to do a shoot before their wedding. It's an intimate portrait shoot.
Sure.
So I I do service, 20s and 30s as well. But the majority of my clients, I get a lot who are turning 40. Like, turning 40 is such an epic turning point for women. It's the point where you really, like, stop giving so many. Can we say the F word on your show?
I guess. I don't know.
No, I'll keep it clean. But it's the point where you really maybe focus more energy on yourself instead of like trying to people please as much.
Right.
And for doing that is like when women really start to build their empires are over 40. So many women are now coming to me when they turn 40 with this intention of like moving into this new decade, like unapologetically them and aligned with their truth, and also with this beautiful gift that they give themselves of that beauty. Like, you're not old and shriveled at 40.
Right.
You're
No.
still plump and young. Really, really are.
I feel good.
Plump and young when you're 40. So
Yeah.
it's you're like taking this youthfulness that you still have and bringing it into the shoot and celebrating also this new wise age, I guess, of 40. This turning point. This, and 50 is another one.
Yeah.
50th birthday, 60th birthday. I have done them. Divorces are a big reason. Imagine being married for years and being miserable in that marriage, and finally you get out and you get to be sexy again. You get to be sexy. You get to meet other sexy people, and you get to feel some juiciness in your life again.
Yeah.
It's so fun to go like reclaim that juiciness with a boudoir shoot and really be feeling yourself and your curves again, and work every time it works. It's a beautiful way to celebrate yourself and new beginnings and starting over and leaving an abusive partner.
There's a lot of reasons that
Starting
women like
a
to
new
do this.
business. Women
Sure.
starting new businesses, you always need photos and portraits. So
Absolutely.
serving women is my passion. I'm that's serving with my camera and lens. Like I said, I've done hundreds at this point. I have 44 5-star positive reviews on Google.
Oh my God! Congratulations.
I think it's an amazing thing to have,
Yes.
since it's so hard to get people to write reviews.
Yes.
So I'm proud of that.
Well, you're very good at what you do. I got to tell you.
Thank you.
I felt comfortable with you when I first met you years ago. So I'm dating myself now. We've been friends for a long time.
Yes, you were brave. You even did the taping.
Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac's taping.
That's where you just do the tape.
Oh, you guys got to look it up. She's so brave. Like, what is it? Sinful Designs?
Yeah.
Johnny Mac's Sinful Designs. You guys go look it up. And then Suzy did that. She did that. She had her body taped up in my living room. It was fantastic. She's so brave.
I was like, oh my God, I don't believe I'm going to do this. But then after I did it, I was really glad I did
Oh,
it.
she was glad. Yeah,
It was fun.
It was
We had a
fun.
good time together. We always do, though.
It was a blast,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So the next phase is for you is what also families you do and weddings.
Yeah, I
and-
expanded this year. I really want to stick with my niche,
Well, you're good.
Yeah,
You're really,
I
really
do.
good. You're
And it's
excellent.
just these, as a photographer, and honestly, it's an up and down artist life. There are months where I'm really busy, and there are months where I only get a couple bookings. So I like to just focus on my intimate portraiture, and boudoir is ultimately what I would like to do day in and day out. I have invested in a whole big space in my backyard. I built a deck, and I built a Mongolian yurt on top of the deck.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
we'll have to check this out.
It's amazing. It's all hand carved.
Yeah.
But it creates a really vibrant place for fine art photography, a whole unique, it's the only one in Vegas like it. I can't wait for you to see it.
I'm looking forward to it.
It has light coming in through the top, so you get this beautiful natural light with the wood that's all hand carved.
Wow.
I'm investing now into the pool area so we can start doing fine art shoots in the pool, and then what's coming in the next couple of years will possibly be upgrading my camera, doing a camera upgrade so I can start. I want to do underwater shoots.
Oh, wow. That'll be amazing.
Yeah, just you know me. I'm gonna keep growing in this
Yeah.
game. I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not backing off the pedal. I'm going to be 46 next month, July
Oh.
19th.
Well,
I'm gonna be 46.
happy birthday early.
As long as I can hold a camera, I'm going to be.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing this song and dance. It's my heart,
Well, you're really good at what you do, Ella, and I'm so glad you came on. It's fun catching up with you. It really is. Every time I talk to you, you're expanding more. You're into more things. I mean, it's just wonderful. I hope to have you back again.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be
Yeah.
back anytime.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have to do a shoot. So, on July 11th, that's when you shot our wedding.
That's right.
Suzys and my wedding. Yeah.
You guys have your 4-year anniversary? 3-year anniversary.
Yeah. Boy, the time goes by fast.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. Well, that's our show for today. Again, thank you, Elle.
Yes.
And I
Yeah,
hope
thank
to
you,
have
Suzy.
you back.
Thank you, Las
Okay.
Vegas.
Goodbye.
Bye.